No.
In his defense, he probably thought you were one of the attackers.
Right.
So there's a video that went viral on Twitter recently, posted on July 2nd, 2026, of a young man getting arrested after getting attacked by a group of people in Birmingham. Before we begin, notice the police car on the right here. This is gonna be important later because unless the officers inside were distracted by something, they should have been able to see the entire thing happen from there, I assume. This group of people appears to gradually surround this young man in the white shirt while yelling something at him, but I can't quite hear or understand what they're saying. Then this guy with the glasses looks like he's trying to de-escalate the situation, but he gets completely ignored. And while the young man isn't looking, the guy on the left will suddenly clothesline him, knock him to the ground, and then just run off. And then the guy on the right punches the young man in the back of the head. Now, if you've ever been hit in the back of the head before, then you know the guy is completely dazed at this point, on top of already being dropped a second earlier. So he gets up quickly, probably expecting to get hit again, and then this police officer, who I assume came from the police car we saw earlier, decided this is the perfect time to join the Royal Rumble and shoves him into the gate, or shutters here. Interesting decision considering he's the one who was just on the ground, while the guys who actually attacked him are just casually walking away. So the young man, who is most likely still dazed and confused, swings at the officer. I don't think it's a stretch to say he may have thought that he was still being attacked by the group from earlier. I mean, he had just been dropped, punched in the back of the head, and then immediately shoved into a gate by someone coming in from the side. I think that's probably not the best moment for a careful visual analysis or legal analysis. For legal reasons, that's speculation.
Gee! No! I'm trying to move that way!
Put your hands behind your back!
I'm trying to move that way, bro! Gee, what?
You just punched in
No!
the face!
My nan's actually...
Now, you can see that he stops immediately once he realizes he's not being attacked by the group anymore.
My nan's actually... I'm trying to move that way, bro! What the fuck? Gee! What the f***, bro? Gee, I'm a nan's actually... I'm trying to...
He tries to explain what happened, but the officer isn't having it and appears to insist on arresting him for the swing earlier. And while all of this was happening, there was a second officer who showed up and went after the group, but instead of arresting them or even holding them for questioning, it looks like she's just checking up on them. Like, excuse me guys, are your knuckles alright after that man attacked them with the back of his head? Did he attack you with his cerebellum? Like, I don't know. She then comes back to help arrest the young man, who at this point probably has birds flying around his head like Looney Tunes. But judging by their decision making, the officers might be the one with CTE here, I guess. And then the glasses guy from earlier tries to tell the officers what happened, and like Clark Kent trying to flirt with Lois Lane, he gets completely ignored.
Excuse me. They better film that on so...
Gee, I'm a little brother's life, bro. What the f***? I'm trying to go home, bro. What the f***? I'm trying to go home, bro.
What, put your arms straight.
Please, I'm trying to go home, bro. What the f***? Gee, please, I'm trying to go home. Please, I'm trying to go home. Please, I'm trying to go home. No.
So the officer brings him to the car and throws in an insult for good measure.
Oh, you're gonna watch the fucking car, you dick.
What the f***, bro, please.
Another officer joins in as they try to shove him into the back seat the wrong way.
Listen, bro. In the fucking car.
Put your legs in. What's your fucking behaviour about?
I guess they're trying to turn him into a contortionist, like David Copperfield folding his assistant into a tiny box. After that, the Justice League finally shows up, and the big officer here basically warns the young man that he'll drop him if he does anything.
You do anything, you get dropped. You understand? Anything on you that's anything on you?
Which is a very useful warning to give to someone who's already handcuffed, surrounded by officers, and appears to be compliant and not resisting. So the cameraman tries to explain the situation to Officer Judy Hobbs here, and this is her response.
Someone clotheslined him, and then someone hit him from behind, and that's when you went in. And all I can say in his defence, he probably thought you were one of the attackers at that moment.
Okay. So somebody's assaulted him first? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either she's got amnesia from all the action, or she's pretending not to know what happened, or she genuinely missed the entire thing. I don't know. Now, some people are defending this for some reason, like this guy on Twitter named The Riddler, you know, the Batman villain. The jokes write themselves. He replied with this golden nugget of wisdom. He said, "You guys are so low IQ, you don't understand your own system. Detain not equals to arrest, not equals to guilty. They can go back, arrest the black guys, and let him go." Yeah, if they actually go back and arrest the people who attacked him, that would be great. But I guess this guy watched the video blindfolded, because the actual problem people have with this is that in the video, the officer decided to go after the guy who got knocked down instead of the ones who attacked him. Anyway, after the video went viral, the Birmingham police has responded on Twitter. They said, "We are aware of footage showing the arrest of a man after a disorder on Broad Street at 1:30 a.m. on 21st June. Officers found a group of men fighting. As the incident was dealt with, an officer was punched. One man was arrested and charged with assaulting a police officer." And people were mad at this, rightfully, because they framed it as a group of men fighting, when I feel like if you watch the video, it's pretty clear that it was one guy getting jumped by multiple guys. I mean, specifically, he was physically attacked by two guys from that group before getting arrested. And people also pointed out that the actual attackers were just let go, or at least that's what it seems like in the video. So this got community noted. It says, "Birmingham police claim the incident was dealt with, but announced no arrests for participation in the incident itself. Under Public Order Act, Article 5, disorderly behavior is a criminal offense. The police admit witnessing a disorder, but chose to make no arrests." Then the Birmingham police doubled down and added fuel to the fire with another response. They said, "The incident has been reviewed and we have no concerns over the officers' actions, and we are satisfied that they were reasonable and proportionate in the circumstances. We would ask that footage is not further shared to allow the legal process to take its course." And of course, this one also got community noted. It says, "Police arrested the victim of an assault and allowed his attackers to flee." So yeah, people were not happy with both of these responses, understandably so. Here are some replies. This guy said, "Of course you believe they were proportional. Arresting the victim is standard practice for police." Another guy said, "We are at the stage of openly admitting arresting the victim is satisfactory." And then this guy said, "If the footage absolves you, why don't you want it shared? Is it because you're trying to escape the consequences for your lies?" By the way, both of these responses by the Birmingham police had their replies locked, at least at the time of editing this video, which is always a good sign. Nothing says we are confident in our decision like turning the comments off. This whole thing is kind of like getting bullied in school right in front of a teacher who does nothing about it, and then the second you try to defend yourself, the teacher suddenly springs into action and punishes you instead of the bully. Except this is probably worse, because it's like the bully knocks you down and then a second later, the teacher jumps in off the top turnbuckle for a tag team finisher on you. Like, that's just absolutely insane. Now, to be fair, we don't know exactly what happened before the video started or what was being said between everyone involved, but that doesn't change what we can clearly see in the video. The young man was physically attacked by two guys from the group, and barely a second after he got up from the ground, the officer pushed him into the gate while he was most likely in a confused fight or flight state. Like, some reports even said he was drunk, and that only makes his state of mind at that moment worse, right? I don't think it's hard to understand why he might panic for a second. That doesn't mean punching an officer is fine. It's just that I think the context really matters here. For legal reason, this is all just speculation. And for the Birmingham police to announce in that tweet that the young man was charged with assaulting an officer, despite knowing the full context, it looks really, really bad for them right now. And of course, people are calling them out for it. But yeah, I do hope this gets the full investigation it deserves. I feel like I can't really say much because I'm not really a legal expert. But yeah, that's about it for this situation. Tell me what you guys think about it in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.